My thoughts were that we need to support Israel. No ands, ifs, or buts. This was an unprovoked attack by terrorist people willing to kill innocent people to achieve an objective.
Here's a video of George W. Bush after October 7th explaining exactly why we need to fully support Israel in its right to fully destroy Hamas after what happened on October 7th. Let's see what he has to say.
While we're in this beautiful place, our hearts are in Israel. We saw clips of you rallying the nation after the worst terrorist strike on American soil. I wonder what were your thoughts when you heard that Israel was attacked by Hamas over the weekend?
My thoughts were that we need to support Israel. No ands, ifs, or buts. This was an unprovoked attack by terrorist people willing to kill innocent people to achieve an objective. Hamas is a political organization. They do not reflect the majority of the Palestinians. And don't be surprised if Israel takes whatever action is necessary to defend herself. And it's going to be ugly for a while. But it's tough. It's tough. And I hope and pretty confident the United States will stand squarely with Israel. You know, going in the neighborhoods of Gaza is going to be tough. And, you know, he's got a very seasoned military, but they just called up 300,000 reservists. Most of them probably can't fire a rifle. And to the extent they'd be put in harm's way, it's going to be awfully difficult on the prime minister. But he's got to do what he's got to do. I mean, you're dealing with cold-blooded killers. And you can make all kinds of excuses why they are, but they are. And his job is to protect this country. And anyway, we'll find out what he's made out of.
Among the countries on the axis of evil that you defined during your presidency was Iran. To what extent is Iran responsible for the...
I don't know. I don't get the intelligence anymore. Their stated objective is the destruction of Israel. That's what the leaders say. And in this world, you got to take what they say seriously. And Iran's been pretty good at using surrogate terrorist groups, Hezbollah being the key one, of course. And therefore, the idea of using somebody else to achieve their objective doesn't surprise me. Again, I'm kind of a hardliner on all this stuff, but I never thought we should try to accommodate Iran any way, shape, or form. I always felt the objective ought to be to prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, to prevent a cataclysmic event in the Middle East. And these are the kind of people that if you show softness, they will take advantage of it. And we'll see. The United States needs to stand squarely with the president, with Netanyahu. And the administration started off on the right foot, it seems to me. Pretty bold statement, and that's good. And he's going to take some heat. You know, both parties have got isolationist tendencies, and you know, we shouldn't get involved. You know, who cares? Well, we should. We should care. And
what does the immediate future look like for Israel, in your view?
Immediate future doesn't look very bright, particularly if you're on the Hamas side. But it's going to be chaotic, and it's going to be, look, it's a democracy, and in a democracy, the people's voices matter, and there's going to be a weariness. You watch, the world's going to be, okay, let's negotiate. You know, Israel's got to negotiate. They're not going to negotiate. These people have played their cards. They want to kill as many Israelis as they can, and negotiating with killers is not an option for the elected government of Israel. And so we're just going to have to remain steadfast. But it's not going to take long for people. That's gone on too long. Surely there's a way to settle this through negotiations. Both sides are guilty. My view is one side is guilty, and it's not Israel.
George W. Bush is absolutely right. This war is not going to be necessarily the smoothest one. As of now, the ceasefire talks, it looks like it's going to be broken up. As of now, Netanyahu said he's not going to bring in aid into Gaza until all the hostages are returned. We really hope that Netanyahu keeps that promise and goes with the full plan of Donald Trump, that if all the hostages are not returned, ultimately Hamas will have to be destroyed. They're going to have to be destroyed either way. Another valid point that George W. Bush mentions is that the head of the snake, Iran, has to be destroyed. It for sure cannot have any nuclear capabilities, because as long as it's in power and it has the money and support, it will always fund these wars and always going to keep Israel at risk. Iran does not want Israel and America to be successful. They only hate Jews, and they hate what America stands for. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to watch more videos like these, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to help continue making these videos, please go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. We'll leave the link in the description. We'll see you in the next one.